What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 41 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Arkhan the Black campaign. So as we saw last time, the war with Clan Angren is proceeding fairly well, and we should have them destroyed very soon. They don't actually have too much territory remaining, and their strength is relatively low. They're at rank 7. In fact, what I expect to happen is either the dwarves will declare war on us, i.e. the main Karak dwarf faction will declare war on us, or they will absorb Clan Angren, forcing us to declare war on them to take Karak 8 Peaks. One of the two will happen, as I noted last episode, and I still expect it to happen, but obviously it's not happened yet, but it's only a matter of turns. Now, we do get the allies with Talzin, and I am going to try to make allies with basically all the Wood Elves. We already have a military alliance with Talzin on top of that, so they should continue to like us as long as we don't do anything crazy. Whereas the regular Karak dwarves are getting pretty upset at us. What can you do? Unfortunately, the Empire is also not going to appreciate it. Wow, the Empire doesn't like the fact that we've got a treaty with Talzin either. The Wood Elves and the freaking undead working together to kill the dwarves and the humans. It's pretty funny. But we do still have to find the rest of the Book of Nagash, and we're very close to the one at Karak 8 Peaks. Now, I believe I've done everything between the episodes that needs to be done, but we are going to pop a great incantation of Tahoth. We need to keep getting these Caskets of Souls. There's just not enough of them. Really need more of them. I wish that there was an upgrade that you could get via research that would allow us to recruit perhaps 2 per ritual instead of 1. That would really help us out. Now, we have 2 things to do. First, we need to auto-resolve this battle at Zvorak, which I think we should be capable of doing. It's still sort of a dangerous situation, but let's find out. Hopefully the auto-resolve isn't going to be screwy again, because we have such overwhelming force here. Alright, well, I'm willing to risk it. Don't screw us. Okay, a lot of our Shopti still got hurt, but the enemy's dead. We are going to occupy this. What I fear will happen is if these guys declare war on us next turn, they'll attack these 2 armies, and they're pretty hurt, so it'll be a very tough fight if that's what happens. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll pop you out here, and I guess we can't go into Beneath the Sands, unfortunately. We can't really do anything, can we? Yeah, none of this would really help us. Alright, well, at least we got a Storm of Necromancy going, so that's something. We can actually tax this province now, but it actually doesn't really give us much, if anything at all. I think we gotta go with Worship of Xar, just in case, for the extra 8 melee defense. And then we'll switch to another thing afterwards. I think this is the first time we're gonna do a Worship of Xar. But, yeah, the odds are not looking good, just because of how much damage the auto-resolve did to us. What we could have done there is obviously not auto-resolved it and fought it, but it would have been a waste of time. And then both of our armies, on the other hand, would have been pretty much full HP. I hope I don't come to regret it and lose both these armies. Let's see, you leveled up Lich Priest. You are going to get... the Skull Storm is relatively useless against the dwarves. It does no armor-piercing damage, so no thank you. Nera's Incantation Protection is always useful, though. And you know what? Maybe we get the Lord Recruit rank +1 out of the Incantation of Preservation, as we're going to be getting a few extra Lords sooner rather than later. And wait, you don't have your Elixir of Immortality. I don't know what I'm doing. I forgot about you. Now you, Rakash, what are we getting for you? We don't have Plunder of these because it requires rank 15. We've gotten Resurrect, and we've gotten the Blessing of the Asp. I guess we need Unfading Memory now. We also have Unfading Memory, damn. And by damn, I mean yay. I guess we could go Survivalist for a little bit of extra HP. Or, you know what, let's get Carrion Swarms. Everybody should have Carrion Swarms, and then we'll think about the rest afterwards. And then you, what do you need? And what do you have? Oh, you're also in a Hekaran. I guess we could go Ussek's Incantation of Desiccation. I mean, since we can't use the Skullstorm on the dwarf, so we might as well. Yeah, alright, let's do it that way. And we'll figure out if we can manage to pull that off. Now that that's done, we're going to pull into another very risky battle. Belegar Ironhammer is all the way out here, and we are in range to attack him with King Seta. This is going to be very dangerous, as this army is very, very weak in the sense that... King Setup is our lowest lord, and none of these guys are leveled up, and I don't think we have enough red line buffs either, but we still gotta try to pull it off. We might not get a better opportunity to attack Belegar. And he is... Oh, wow, okay. So, according to the game, this is very unlikely to end well for us. I guess killing Belegar himself is going to be downright nearly impossible. And I'm quite worried about the defensive. Like, we've got rangers with great weapons here, and will our Necropolis Knights even be able to take care of them? I don't know, but I guess we got to give it a shot. Let's do it.
Arise, my legions.
Alrighty, here we go. Belegar versus King Setep. Now, the auto-resolve says we have very little of a chance, a slim chance at best. Fortunately, I don't believe you, auto-resolve. I think we can manage to pull this off just because the enemy army is so immobile due to being slow dwarves. Now, granted, about 80% of our own army is extremely immobile, but the Tomb Guard are meant to hold the line. We just have to make sure we make a great use of our cav. Now, fortunately, the soul caskets, or caskets of souls rather, do outrange all the enemy organ guns, so we are going to start firing on one from far away. We could have I mean, there was basically a choice. We could have either started close to the enemy and approached them immediately, or gotten a few extra shots in with our caskets, and I had chose that because I wanted to move up all of our cav on the sides. We can see them moving all the way at the edge of the map to try to go around and hit all the organ guns in the back. The organ guns will soon be able to be in range. Let's see. Oh, in fact, they're almost ready to go. So, Tomb Guard, you're going to have to take some shots. I don't remember which Tomb Guard are the ones that are going to get attacked. Oh, wow. I thought it was slow motion, but it's actually normal speed, and here we go. It's so odd watching organ guns hit and no blood exploding everywhere, just, you know, just the skeletons falling apart. And as soon as they got in range, that I felt was the time to charge. Not so much because we needed to, but I felt like I'd rather the organ guns keep firing on these things than move even closer and start attacking our artillery. It's key not to lose that. In the meantime, while these guys are charging, so are our Necrosphinxes. Over here, the enemy did actually have several units hidden because they were rangers, so we did kind of run into them without knowing that they were there on the way. We are going to leave 2 of our units behind, being the Regiment of Renown, as well as a regular unit of Necroserpents. And we're going to send the rest towards the enemy organ guns. Oh, they do have some, looks like Dwarf Warriors with great weapons here, so they should be reasonably good against the Necropolis Knights. But the Necropolis Knights should do quite a bit of damage to the enemy Rangers at the very least. Same thing over here. Another unit of Rangers also hidden, and we are going to get the Necropolis Knights with halberds to attack them. Over here, we've gone around this blob. There was another, I think, hidden unit of Bugman's Rangers there. And just gone around the Grudge Rakers, etc. to try to go for these organ guns. Gotta get rid of them. In fact, we've even switched now our artillery off the organ guns because we know that our Necropolis Knights are going to be there. Oh, and it looks like the battle lines are actually about to collide, and they're fairly drawn out. We do have a much wider battle line than the enemy does. Alrighty, Dwarf Warriors versus Tomb Guard. Ironically, it would take forever for the Tomb Guard to kill these guys, even if they are a much higher tier unit. I've always found that odd. I feel like the Grave Guard with great weapons are considerably more effective. That's what the Tomb Kings are missing. Grave Guard with great weapons, but I suppose Tomb Guard have halberds, which the Grave Guard don't, so fair enough. Fair enough. So, first unit of organ guns is now finally done. We are going to charge over here with the unit of Tomb Guard to try to tie up these Thunderers, because there's a lot of range units here that we really need to tie up. Another unit of organ guns is also routing, and we are just going to stay here and kill the third, or at least prevent it from firing, even if killing them will take a while the second unit of Necropolis Knights simply charges these Rangers over here. Lots of Rangers to charge. Looks like we've got a bombing run coming in from the enemy Gyrocopter with Brimstone Gun. Not entirely sure how much damage it dealt, but these Guardians of the Alabaster Tower have taken quite a bit of a beating. What is that? Is that some sort of... Is that an effect they have? Because it looked cool, whatever it was. Oh, no, that was Jeff's... Yeah, that was Jeff's incantation of Cursed Blades. I was like, wait a second, those look like some sort of ghost blades. Aha, I knew it. Alrighty, how are we doing otherwise? These poor Tomb Guard are out here all alone. We sort of left them out to dry here and aren't really supporting them. And the enemy are getting nice shots from all their range units into their sides, which is doubly unfortunate for them, because these are Grudge Rakers and they have a lot of armor piercing. Slash, so do the Thunderers. Or, I mean, the Rangers, rather. Alright, fortunately over here we got 2 units of range that are just about done. We have pinned them between the Tomb Guard and the Sepulchral, not the Sepulchral Stalkers, the Necropolis Knights, so these guys should be falling. The enemy Lords, however, are basically completely unharmed. We don't really have an answer for the enemy Lords at all. Mr. Stonebeard over here, being an ethereal unit, I think the only unit that we have that could even hurt it is our King Setep, who does magical damage. Our Tomb Prince tried to fight both of these Thanes at once and had a terrible time, but so we are going to move him away. He is starting to disintegrate, but we can just move in some skeletons to block his retreat, so that should be okay. In the meantime, King Setup's sort of standing over here and casting. He's obviously not the type of lord that's supposed to fight in melee, so I don't want to risk him too much. Fortunately, the enemy organ guns are dead. In fact, the battle lines are constricting. We can see just how many of the enemy units have routed. We're just trying to catch all of them up and destroy them so that they don't get away, as this army will survive, as I'm pretty sure it can get away. And the only reason Belegar actually fought us is that it thought that, or the AI rather, thought that the auto-resolve was in its favor. Like, a lot in its favor. Fortunately, it does sometimes work out when that's a lie, because it allows the AI to fight a field battle, even when it probably wouldn't normally. And there we go, attack from 2 sides. This unit of Dwarf Warriors with great weapons is just about done, and I think that's the last of the edge units. These Necropolis Knights actually took quite a bit of a beating while trying to deal with all these range units. And yeah, the key to winning this is absolutely the Necropolis Knights dealing with all this range stuff, as our way too slow units back here can't do anything. Now, I think our Tomb Guard unit unfortunately did disintegrate here, but that was the unit that I said we left to hanging out to dry, so what can you do? It's okay, it should be reasonably easy to replace. Over here, a small ring of dwarves completely surrounded and led by their ghostly little ancestor. And hello, we got the first Realm of Souls going. Really could have used that when our Tomb Guards that were dying on the flank, but okay, again, yeah, it does seem that it's quite a bit harder for this particular type of army to generate Realms of Souls as opposed to an army with lots of fodder-type units. And see, over here we got this Thane that's actually being beat up, whereas Belegar is slightly hurt, but not really all that hurt. And these Brimstone guns, they've been firing all the game, or all the battle, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon. How you doing there, Belegar? You like killing Tomb Guard? Or re-killing Tomb Guard, I guess? Alright, just watching that a little bit. I think the rest of the army is just about ready to rout. There's 1 unit of Dwarf Warriors remaining and 1 unit of Bugman's Rangers remaining, but I think all the rest of the enemy non-Lord or Hero units are out. Well, I guess the Brimstone gun's there because it can't take damage. Why the hell does it have a Mighty Oathstone on it? Oh, it was just in range of this, okay. It was just in range of the AoE of the spell. It would have been funny if the AI put it on it, even though it had no need of it right now. I've actually seen the AI do stuff like that, so I wouldn't have been all that surprised. And there we go. Looks like this unit of Dwarf Warriors is just about ready to drop. They're about half HP, but now the Kepra Guard are attacking them from the back, and their defensive little ring will crumble shortly. Especially once we get some Necropolis Knights in here to help out. Alright, come on, Necropolis Knights, turn and get ready to charge these guys. There we go. No. Line up properly, please. I'm not entirely sure why they're milling around like this. Oh, they're attacking a Thane who's very hurt, that's why. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's just that they need to charge this. Those guys are done, and oh, we came very, very close to using another unit of Necropolis Knights. This was the unit of Necropolis Knights that was the most targeted by the range stuff all the way on the flank, so it's also not surprising that it's particularly damaged. Thane is about ready to drop, but Consider how long we spent on this particular battle that wasn't in slow motion. Like, damn are the dwarves resilient. Which is appropriate, but it's still annoying to fight against. You're gonna shame your ancestors because your ancestor's right there, and your ancestor's watching you all about to rout. Literally gonna run away right beside the ancestor. Maybe the dwarves should be unroutable, or unbreakable rather, when they're standing near one of their ancestors. Although I guess those are Belegar's ancestors, but nonetheless. Alright, can we finally get a charge into this unit to make it go away? And yes, right on cue this time around, if not the last time. Hey, don't you snake strike the screen. And now these guys will all rout. And I think that's the end of all of the non-unbreakable units. Belegar is routing the Ghost is unbreakable, but I think everybody else is done. I think with that we can speed this up. It's going to take a while to kill this damn Ghost. It's also going to take a while to kill Belegar and this particular Thane over here, just because it's... We really have a hard time going through all that armor. Alright, wait. Did you guys push this guy out? Yeah. Let's see how long it takes to kill one Thane, especially without magic damage. We are going to send King Setup in to make this go a little bit faster. But even the Necropolis Knights don't really do all that damage to him, all that much damage to him, I should say, because of the because of all his resistance plus Ethereal, which offers resistance, obviously. All right, how are you looking? You are at, oh my lord, this is going to take forever at this rate. Send in more snakes. Send in all the snakes. Let's see how he handles himself after. And yeah, I think one of the unfortunate thing about the Necro Serpents is they all block each other, so very few are able to actually land hits, and might be better to get something like the Kepra Guard in here plus a bunch of heroes, just because they hit hard, but they're cheaper and thus less numerous, or at least the Kepra Guard are, and here they are. Alright, they're taking some damage, but I think they're also able to dish them out. Oh yeah, okay, our hero's in here now, starting to do magic damage, plus our Tomb Prince, plus the guard. Together they should bring him down. Exercise this ghost, please. And are we almost there? And down you go. And it's funny how he flops onto the ground instead of just dissipating. It's a little bit silly, because he's a spirit, but oh well. I guess they could be spirits that think they're still alive. Anyway, decisive victory. Alrighty, a somewhat tough battle against Belegar, I would say, but I think we came out firmly on top over here. We did lose one unit of Tomb Guard, but otherwise the entire army got destroyed, and considering what the auto-resolve was telling us, it should have been the other way around, essentially. And let's see how everybody did. I think most of the damage would obviously have come from all of our Necropolis Knights, our Regiment of Renown, putting out 28k, which is quite good, and 20k on you, quite nice as well. Everybody else did about even 12, and 8. Okay, and then our Tomb Guard obviously held the line. They're not meant to be damage dealers, and thus they did not deal all that much damage. Yeah, okay, I'm a little bit... Do we even have space to recruit these guys? I guess we're about to find out in a second. I guess we are going to go with Harvestor. Do we even need to harvest? Yeah, we're going to be making a bunch of items with this stuff eventually, and we will use a bunch more on some stuff, like getting... more agents on the field and stuff. So in theory, this is probably the better option. Alright, there we go. And Belegar's army runs away, somehow surviving with its 2 units. Feels like it should have died there. And let's see, Belegar. Subterranean intercept battles. That's great, I guess, if we're fighting the dwarves, but otherwise kind of meh, to be perfectly honest. Now you. I guess we need to grab Neru's Incantation Protection for you, don't we? We already have Sun-Scorched Bones. It's either that or go for Stone Sentinels to buff up our Necrosphinxes even more. You know what? Go for Neru's Incantation Protection first, just because we need another spammable spell. I felt there like we had a lot of mana, but nowhere to spend it, or nothing to spend it on. Now you, what we also found there was, despite your 69, and nice by the way, melee defense, you couldn't quite survive. I guess for you, we're going to go with the Royal Lieutenant, buff you up. And let's see, fighting in desert terrain. Well, it's better than nothing. I guess we'll do that. Alrighty, so you guys are good. You will not be able to finish off this army, but you should be able to take Valea's Sorrow next turn with an auto-resolve, I think, as well, unless the auto-resolve is being screwy again and just completely favoring the dwarves even when it shouldn't. And other than that, I think we're good. Everybody appears to have moved. Intab doesn't need to move. Sepharfed does not need to move. And Kediskov does, though. I don't know where I was going to send you, buddy. I guess we could try to approach Bitterstone Mine, just auto-resolve ticket. I mean, obviously this isn't an army. It's just here temporarily. But yeah, why not? Let's get you up there. Okay, so that's good. That's good. The army in Morgheim. Intef, you're also a temporary army, but now I feel like you could also help out with some easy little attacks here. Might as well destroy this faction sooner rather than later. So just move out. Obviously, we don't even care if everybody dies here. You were only built to protect Morgheim, and now that it no longer needs protecting, you serve no purpose. So yeah, just move up. And I think everybody else is good. We should probably start killing the agents over here, but I don't think anybody can. Chance success 0. Okay, you are level 20. Well, that's swell for you. Alright, I think with that we can end the turn. We don't really have anything... you know what? Wait, maybe if we go back to Khemri for a second... Can we, in fact, build the first level of the Biblioteca? Yes, we can. Burial pits. Thank you. Alright, and now we can end the turn. Let's see how the dwarves react. Let's see if they do this, because if they do, that's going to be a hell of a fight. And it'll have to be one that we'll fight next episode, because I expect that fight will take forever. Alright, moment of truth. Will there be a Confed? I'm willing to bet that there will. Because Angren is now broken with Belegar dead. And I don't think that, I don't think they'll survive anymore. Let's see, Karazakarak, Clan Angren, are you done? Hostile hero activity? No, they didn't. World Walkers confederated Aghole, but they didn't confederate the regular dwarfs. Well, that's surprising. But hey, you, non-aggression pact, no. No to your non-aggression pact. Non-aggression pact. Okay, let's see. Wound is a failure, which is lovely. Was that the guy we were trying to kill? No, it's a different fella. We've seen the rest of that. We don't care about the cultists. We don't care about the artillery focus. We very much care about this. Wow, there's no chance we could do that. Alright. Everybody else move up. We can auto-resolve Valea's Sorrow by attacking it with you two. And then hopefully sit here and recruit our missing Tomb Guard back in. Ideally, I'd like to get another Casket of Souls in this army, to be perfectly honest. This should be auto-resolvable. Yes. Occupy, please. There we go. Another Storm of Necromancy, which I like. Now, what I was going to say is we need a Casket of Souls in this army, I think. The question is, what do we get rid of? One of these things is gonna become a Necro Sphinx. I'm almost tempted to get rid of the Bright Shields. The Black Shields, weak as they are, do give bolstered defense to everybody. Even with their... but they don't have the golden... they have bronze shields on top of barely any armor. Yeah, these guys are so damn weak. I don't really want to replace the Screaming Skulls, because they work quite well together with the Sphinxes. Let's see, they have 59 melee defense, and they do cause bleed. I feel like the Bright Shields are just playing better. Yeah, well, I guess we can wait and recruit them later, because you can't actually reach anything. So, oh, hello, the dwarves actually moved out of here. Interesting. Huh, maybe there will not be a need to fight them. Depends on how much they hate us. Will they declare war on us? Oh, they would have to declare war on Talzin. They're already at war with Talzin.
I will hear you beg now.
Yeah, see, the problem with this is that if we go past the dwarves to try to grab that Book of Nagash up here and sail all our armies away, I feel like they're gonna attack us. When we least expect it. But oh well, there's still time. Now, let's see, there is definitely not a lot of time left in this episode. Caracate Peaks, rather. We can reach you from here. And as I said last time, unfortunately, I think this is an auto-resolve. Caracate Peaks doesn't have a special map, and since there's not going to be a good garrison here... I mean, maybe we could fight that. Alright, fine, we'll fight it. I'll save that to next episode, then. I guess since it's a book, and as per the comments for the last episode, I will fight this. We will get King Kura in here, though, so let's move him up first. And the reason I want Kura in here is to at least have the bone giants enjoy themselves. There we go. Alrighty, now what else needs to be done this turn? Intef, you... Where are we gonna send you? You can't reach Belegar from here. You can nearly reach Bitterstone Mine. Yeah, why not? Go for Bitterstone Mine. You cannot. What we can do for you, though, is pop you into Dragonhorn Mines, since your army is effectively useless. And colonize it. There we go. At least we get something out of your army there. Ruined Town, Mausoleum, Mastaba. Okay, yeah. I thought that symbol looked a little bit odd, but I guess not. Now you, Thotep. Do we send you out here? Is this guy going to jump over to Zvorak? I'd really like to send these guys away, that's the problem. I would love to send them away to get the other books. However, if the regular dwarfs attack us, that is probably not something we should do right now. We could just preemptively attack them. We're in fact in range of Matorka from here. But then what will happen is, let's see, you will attack... Oh, you guys could jump over at any point. You know what, we should probably get to the water here and just be able to land. Screw Matorka, we can always land there later if we really feel like it. So you guys, go out here, you don't need to heal anymore. As long as you can support each other, you're fine. There you go. You two are better together. And you, Intef, are done. Everybody else, I think, is good as well, unless I'm mistaken. There's some levels, but I can do that between the episodes because it's nothing fancy. King Thotep, right. I guess we start moving you towards Ekrund, because we need somebody who actually has good stuff to attack it. What I hope doesn't happen is this guy moves right back towards Gronti Mingle. That would be kind of annoying. Let's pop it back up. Let's get... Well, we'll get the salt in there originally. Or later on, rather. First we need to get the Desert Lookout. And now I think we're good. Zephyr still recruiting, I take it. Oh, he's not recruiting because we can't build scorpions, right. Oh! We can do this now. Actually, wait, two. We need a Tomb Guard for you. Nope, for you. And can you get a Sword Tomb Guard? Yes, you can. Beautiful. And in fact, we'll probably replace the Sword Tomb Guard when we get yet another Casket of Souls operational later on. And my reasoning for that is we already have one Sword Tomb Guard and another in the form of the Kepra Guard. Yeah, they're more damage dealing than these guys, but sword and sword, it's good enough. I'm almost tempted to get rid of the regular halberdiers, just because they're inferior to all these other halberdiers we have, because we already have 4 halberdiers and 2 spears, but only 2 swords, and I feel like we need a little bit more damage. And comparatively, we've got the Tomb Guards with halberds doing... What is this? Cavalry Bane, acceleration minus 25% charge. Oh, but I take it this doesn't actually only apply to Cav. I would imagine that it also applies to other enemies charging. But I could be wrong. You don't actually... Yeah, but the Tomb Guard with swords do hit considerably harder. I'll think about this, especially if we lose a couple more of those units. Now, in terms of cash, we need to spread it around a little bit. I was going to build... Ooh. Yes, I remember what I was going to build. I was going to build one of you, Royal Burial Chamber. Now, we do want to check into Nagashazar, though. Are you at rank 5? No, nowhere near. Unfortunately, nowhere near. How much money are you going to be able to make? Not much by the looks of it. But will this building provide money? I don't think it will, but no, I didn't mean to click that. It does provide quite a bit of money, actually. Huh. Okay, well then in Desolation, we can instead build a workshop type deal, but we'll have to wait because this is at rank 3, and we probably don't want to waste the... Although we could. It's not a huge deal right now. Gonna take forever to upgrade this anyway. But you know what? No. We'll do growth instead and bump this up. And let's protect Nagashazar better. Okay, that's looking good to me. Now what else needs to be done? We won't be able to afford really too much of this. In fact, that's all we'll be able to afford. Siege construction available in Carcade Peaks. Yes, I'll save that to the next episode. And I think with that, we can end yet another turn, unless I'm missing something in regards to heroes. Where's the hero that was moving around with Arkhan and co? You. Keep going over there. And we are really among the main dwarf faction here, but there's no way they'll not aggress now.
presence.
Yeah,
any longer
man, what I could have done is
lost.
non-aggressed earlier, but now there's no chance. And I feel like the war with them is inevitable. But if we war with them, they'll basically draw in all the Empire stuff. In fact, who is the Empire even fighting?
Ready.
They are currently fighting all the Wood Elves, just like us. All the Beastmen. They're fighting Sylvania, but unfortunately Sylvania is basically dead. And they're fighting Molder, who I've never actually seen get strong in a campaign. So it's basically them versus Wood Elves. Yeah, we need to support our Wood Elf brothers. Oh wait, we can... Durthu, have we... wait. I thought we couldn't see you. Can we see you? Sort by race, we can see Vidrioth and Torgamon and Talzin, but we can't see Durthu.
At your service. Lord
Unfortunately. We should still try to get defensive alliances with you guys as well. I mean, they're all technically going to confederate at some point. Military access, how about that? No? Soon, though. Soon. You're liking us more and more. Alright, well, let's... I guess we could get an agent up there and send him to uncover Arguelon. In fact, you're right here. Go find Arguelon for us. What do you do, by the way? You assault garrisons and you're a chariot master. Oh, I made you temporarily. I'm gonna delete you after. Okay. Okay, so with that, we can now end the turn. If there's anyone that attacks us, we won't be able to do anything about it. And I feel like now we're gonna get a confederation from the from Clan Angrand. And if they do, then we're still going to have to attack the regular dwarves. I guess this will determine whether we do. Let's find it out before the end of this. No, thank you. And Karazakarak. Will the Confed come in? Clan destroyed. Faction destroyed Clan Wars. That's funny. We were looking for them, and I have no idea where they just died. But it looks like there's no Confed, which means Ekrund will be ours, and Karakate Peaks will be ours. And looks like the dwarves are fighting the Beastmen out here. I wonder how hurt they got for doing that. Not all that hurt, but it would enable us to probably destroy this little army. Alright, well that's pretty interesting. We're going to have to try to capitalize on all this next time, because I am going to call it here. There's tons of admin stuff to do with all the money we have. Lots of heroes to move around, lots of points to assign, so all that will be done. Next time, hopefully we can finish off Clan Angrand for good. We will start by attacking Karakate Peaks with both Arkhan and our support army. And then after that, I guess we'll send Arkhan up here to grab this book. So that'll be 6 books, and then 3 books will be out here. 1 in Oath, 1 in the White Tower, 1 over here somewhere, and I think the other one's over here somewhere? I don't remember where the other one is. In fact, we should probably just double check it. Yeah, so this is the White Tower of Hoeth one. Oh, we have 1 in the sea out here. Okay, well that's perfect. We can get the 2 armies to attack that. And then, yeah, we'll have to send somebody over here. Alright, well, we're approaching the end. Don't know how many more episodes it's going to take, but I guess we'll have a good time finding out. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and a comment to support the channel. It really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.